Hi guys, it's Numistaka here, and with a kind of triple unpackaging for you today, as some coins arrive that I plan to send to NGC for grading. It's really difficult finding the right coins, and so often the pictures that you see when you sell are hopelessly inadequate to actually make a buying decision, or they're misdescribed, or you get the seller saying this is uncirculated without really even understanding in any way what uncirculated actually means. And I have one of those today, and this one that says uncirculated coin in box. The box is a pretty much a disaster really, as boxes go. Pretty weak. The pictures were really lousy, but I spotted that this was an S-Mint coin, which I wanted, but the pictures were so bad you couldn't really even see the coin clearly. And in fact, it looks here as if it's covered in red spots, but it's not. It's from the box. It's not quite as bad as you might think it is, but it sure as hell is not an uncirculated coin. It's much more, I would say, XF than uncirculated. So I did write to the seller and let them know that I was going to keep the coin because I like the coin and I got it, I guess, at a not unreasonable price, but it sure as hell is not an uncirculated coin, and I would be very grateful if people who describe their coins could actually find out what these terms mean before they use them. A lot of people these days don't even bother to give a grade. They just say look at the pictures and grade it for yourself, and I don't like that either. All I want to know is it cleaned or uncleaned? Is it polished or unpolished? And that's it. In this particular case, doesn't look particularly bad to me, but it isn't uncirculated. It's still not bad, and it's still worth keeping and worth sending off to NGC for grading. So that is what I will do with it, and see what they say, and hopefully they won't tell me that it's cleaned or polished, but I know some of you guys will probably tell me that it's a really bad coin or something like that, but I think it seems okay, and I'm sure it'll find a home no matter what. So yeah, good one. And after I made that first video, I did actually clean it up a little bit. When I say clean, I do not rub coins or clean them harshly in any way, but I put it under warm water and covered it in fairy liquid and just kind of freshened it up a little bit, but it's certainly not cleaned or rubbed or anything. And in case you're wondering, I have done that to a number of coins, and they have always been perfectly graded by NGC after having that done, and never come up with a clean details grading, having received that kind of very low level cleaning treatment. But I think you'll probably agree that it looks a little bit better now it's all been freshened than when it first came out the box. So onwards to the second unpackaging. And this one was a coin that I actually really like. These tiny American coins. To be honest, it's totally amazing that any of them really survive at all, because they're so small that so many must have been lost over the generations. But this one, it didn't cost me an arm and a leg. It is probably not the most beautiful example of an 1887 Type 3 gold dollar. It is very probable that it was in a ring, because you can see the outside of it. There's some little bit of misshaping, kind of where the ring bezel was on it. It's probably at some stage been cleaned or polished. But on the other hand, there were only 7,500 of these coins ever minted in the first place, so it's a pretty rare coin, cleaned or uncleaned, and it's certainly worth having. I've got another one which hopefully isn't cleaned like this, which is being sent to NGC and is awaiting grading at the moment. But 1887 So I've got 2 out of 7,500 of these coins. If I see any more at a reasonable price, I'll probably pick them up. They produced very few of these Type 3 dollars compared to the Type 1s. So, the final unpackaging is some coins that have been sitting over at Hatton Garden Metals waiting for me. I buy them one at a time when the spot price goes down normally, and I save a couple of pounds, and then I tell them to hold them there and not post them. So this time I made 3 purchases over a period, and the third one I paid for the postage and got them to post them to me. So you never see any of these coins in advance or really know what they are or what condition they're in. They're bought purely as bullion. So I actually came up with 3 sovereigns, two Vicky Younghead sovereigns. One's a GB London mint, the other one is a Melbourne mint. They are not in beautiful condition, but they're not in bad condition either. I'm actually quite happy with the condition, considering they're sold as bullion and I didn't pay a premium for them at all. So yeah, I mean, very happy with both of those. And they actually tried to pull out some that they thought I'd like based on a kind of profile. So I normally try and get older rather than some of the younger Elizabeth sovereigns, unless it's something special. But I like Younghead sovereigns. I prefer shieldbacks, but they're more of a premium. But very happy with both of these. Not in bad condition. This one may very well have had a very light cleaning. It looks a tiny bit shiny, but you never know. Happy with both of them, really. You know, they're very nice coins, and they've got a pretty small kind of numismatic premium over spot. And I bought them as effectively spot gold, so really can't complain at all in any way. And then the third one is actually the first Edward VII coin, 1910, London. There were something like 20 million of these coins produced this year. Pretty common coin. In fact, one of the Victoria ones is marked as scarce in Marsh. I think it's, it could have been the Melbourne one. But all in all, I'm really happy with all of that pickups, and they're now being packaged up, ready to add to a few others to send to NGC sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks.